Bullet 350. The Bullet 350 is the motorcycle most people picture when they hear the name Royal Enfield. It traces its roots back decades and became especially popular in India for its deep exhaust note, upright riding position, and heavy metal body. Older versions used cast iron engines that vibrated heavily but created a very raw riding experience. Over time, the bike changed with newer engines and smoother performance, though it still keeps the slow and steady character that made it famous. For many riders, the Bullet is less about speed and more about rhythm, tradition, and the feeling of riding something mechanical and alive. Classic 350. The Classic 350 took the old-school spirit of the Bullet and turned it into Royal Enfield's most successful modern motorcycle. It carries vintage styling inspired by post-war motorcycles, with rounded fenders, teardrop fuel tanks, and lots of chrome details. Unlike older Enfields, the newer classic models are easier to live with in daily traffic and require far less maintenance. It became extremely popular among younger riders because it delivers retro charm without feeling outdated. In many places, the Classic 350 is now seen as a lifestyle motorcycle as much as a mode of transport. Classic 500. The Classic 500 looked very similar to the Classic 350, but it carried a larger single-cylinder engine with more torque and a deeper exhaust sound. It was designed for riders who wanted stronger highway performance while still keeping the relaxed nature of a traditional Royal Enfield. The engine had a long-stroke feel that delivered power slowly and steadily instead of aggressively. Although it eventually disappeared after stricter emission rules arrived, many enthusiasts still remember it as one of the last truly old-school Royal Enfields. Thunderbird 350. The Thunderbird 350 was Royal Enfield's attempt at building a comfortable touring motorcycle for long-distance riders. It featured a more relaxed seating position, a larger fuel tank, and a wider seat compared to the Classic series. Riders appreciated the ability to spend hours on highways without feeling too cramped. The Thunderbird also introduced features that were modern by Royal Enfield standards at the time, including a digital display and improved ergonomics. It became especially popular among riders who enjoyed road trips through mountains and highways. Thunderbird 500. The Thunderbird 500 followed the same touring formula as the 350 but added a larger engine for stronger cruising ability. It handled long highway stretches more comfortably and could maintain speed with less effort. Many riders preferred it for cross-country travel because the extra torque made carrying luggage and passengers easier. Even though the motorcycle still vibrated like a traditional Enfield, that character became part of its appeal. The Thunderbird line eventually evolved into a completely new motorcycle family. Meteor 350. The Meteor 350 replaced the Thunderbird and marked a major shift for Royal Enfield. It was smoother, more refined, and far easier to ride than many earlier models. The motorcycle introduced a new engine platform that reduced vibration significantly while improving reliability and fuel efficiency. Its relaxed cruiser design focused on comfort rather than aggressive performance. Royal Enfield also added modern features like navigation support and better switchgear, showing how the company was slowly moving toward a more global audience. Hunter 350. The Hunter 350 was built for city riding and younger riders who wanted something lighter and easier to handle. Compared to traditional Royal Enfields, it feels more compact and agile, especially in traffic. The shorter wheelbase and lower weight give it a playful personality that older Enfields rarely had. Its styling mixes retro and modern design, creating a motorcycle that appeals to first-time buyers as well as experienced riders looking for something simple. The Hunter helped Royal Enfield reach riders who previously thought the brand was too heavy or too old-fashioned. Interceptor 650. The Interceptor 650 changed the way many people viewed Royal Enfield. Instead of focusing purely on vintage charm, it introduced a modern twin-cylinder engine that delivered smoother power and higher speeds. The bike was inspired by Royal Enfield's older British roadsters from the 1960s, especially motorcycles sold in California during that era. Riders appreciated how balanced and approachable it felt, even for beginners entering the middleweight motorcycle category. It became one of Royal Enfield's most internationally successful motorcycles. Continental GT 650. The Continental GT 650 shares its engine with the Interceptor but follows a café racer style inspired by British racing culture from the mid-20th century. It uses lower handlebars, a sportier riding posture, and a more aggressive appearance. While it still feels relaxed compared to high-performance sport bikes, the GT gives riders a more focused and connected experience. Many enthusiasts enjoy customizing it with retro racing parts, making it one of the most visually distinctive motorcycles in the Royal Enfield lineup. Himalayan. The Himalayan was created for adventure riding and rough roads rather than smooth city streets. Royal Enfield designed it with long travel suspension, upright ergonomics, and a simple frame that could handle remote terrain. Unlike high-performance adventure motorcycles from larger brands, the Himalayan focused on simplicity and practicality. Riders often use it for mountain travel, camping trips, and long-distance exploration because it can survive harsh conditions while remaining easy to repair. Its calm and steady nature made it popular among travelers who value reliability over speed. Scram 411. The Scram 411 took the foundation of the Himalayan and adapted it for urban use. It kept the rugged personality but removed some of the hardcore touring equipment to create a lighter and more casual motorcycle. The design blends scrambler styling with everyday practicality, making it suitable for both city riding and occasional off-road use. It appeals to riders who enjoy adventure-inspired motorcycles but do not necessarily plan to travel across mountains or deserts. Super Meteor 650. The Super Meteor 650 became Royal Enfield's flagship cruiser motorcycle. It uses the same twin-cylinder platform as the Interceptor and Continental GT but focuses entirely on long-distance comfort and relaxed highway riding. The motorcycle has a low seat height, stretched design, and smoother riding experience than older Enfields. Royal Enfield developed it with international markets in mind, aiming directly at riders interested in classic-style cruisers without the extreme size or cost of larger American motorcycles. Shotgun 650. The Shotgun 650 brought a custom-inspired look into Royal Enfield's lineup. It combines elements of bobber motorcycles with modern engineering and shares much of its foundation with the Super Meteor. The shorter rear section and muscular stance give it a stripped-down appearance that feels different from Royal Enfield's more traditional models. It was designed for riders who enjoy personalization and unique styling while still wanting the comfort and reliability of a modern machine. Guerrilla 450. The Guerrilla 450 represents Royal Enfield's newer direction toward lighter and more performance-focused motorcycles. Built around a modern liquid-cooled engine platform, it feels quicker and sharper than many older Enfields. The motorcycle blends roadster styling with everyday practicality, targeting riders who want stronger acceleration without leaving the brand's classic identity behind. It also shows how Royal Enfield is evolving as younger riders demand motorcycles that feel more modern while still carrying some vintage character. Bear 650. The Bear 650 takes inspiration from desert racing motorcycles and classic scrambler culture. It combines the twin-cylinder engine with rugged styling and a more adventurous personality. The design references older off-road racing history while still remaining practical for normal roads. It reflects Royal Enfield's growing interest in blending retro storytelling with modern engineering. For many riders, the Bear represents the company experimenting with new identities while staying connected to its heritage.